All right. Yeah, the name of everything.
Ice cream cake. Now such a good roll.
Just put it on the table.
I spent some money this week. Teach my dad and like.
What's today, Wednesday?
He hasn't seen it for a long time.
Yeah.
He was like,
What day do you have a shear?
No, something's from Thursday.
Sometimes it's when
Open.
Bread, hummus, salads,
Excellent.
drinks. Bas Israel, 100%.
Yeah.
It's it's very healthy. Like he uses mamash, he uses the process he does it is one of his kind. One of his kind, yeah. Sour. I spoke to him. I dealt with him personally. I know the guy. Mamash, beautiful guy. And Bas Israel.
Mama should give out there.
Osher, Psei Motzi.
Yosher. Oh, sure. Is Rabbi Sherman your teacher? No. Who was your teacher?
Even though I didn't send you the picture, but it's
Hebrew, it's
he had only one
like
back
Rabbi
of Sharabar pastramic there, and he argued with me that he could give me for the one that was cut already. So I said, no, it's a new worker. So he said, that's the only one I have. I said, look, you have two kinds. You don't understand what I was saying. I said, you have two labels. So he smiled and I said, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I need this one. It's not for me.
Anybody have a knife?
He took out the knife, the Sharabar, and he cut it.
Yeah, I'll get knives in a
Cut it
minute.
up.
Unless someone
I was
beats
so
me
happy
to it.
because the first time I'm drinking.
Give me some cups.
Tonight's year is sponsored by Nathan and Eyal Elkayam out of Hollywood, my brother. Yechi, thanks for blessing him. That you should see Mashiach, Tachrias Berachava, Toch Kol Israel with us. Techef Miyad Mamash. Kol Brachos Baruch Zagashim. Be a Kor Shlema to Leah Lilach Batzah Chana, Mina Bat Chana. Rabbi Lando from Eretz Yisrael.
I just say all the names I know from John.
Yeah. Say all the names you want, guys. This year makes it happen. Avram, join us. There's enough room. Go around. Go hustle, bustle. Don't worry, man. There's enough. There's enough going around. Very beautiful. Sicha by the Rebbe HaMashiach. This one came after Koach Nisan, when the Rebbe HaMashiach said I did everything I could do, as if I cannot do anything anymore, and I'm giving the matter over to your hands. You should be the ones to take over this issue to bring Mashiach. So people thought, oh my God, what are we going to do? How can we do it on our own? The Rebbe didn't do it. How can we do it? A lot of Hasidim, some Hasidim put down the towel, so to speak, gave up. Some Hasidim obviously took it as a big schus. Oh, the Rebbe is the Rebbe. The Rebbe is going to bring Mashiach, but the Rebbe wants us to be part of it. The Rebbe wants us to be part of it. So, the Shabbos right after, the Rebbe started explaining what to do. Even though the Rebbe said, I'm giving it over to you, but really at the end of the Sikh, as you will see, the Rebbe is saying that, no, this is Shmini. The Rebbe is saying that I am giving the matter over to you. In other words, the Rebbe spelled it out. Each and every one of us is responsible to bring Mashiach. Each and every one of us can do a lot. Bring Mashiach. The Rebbe is not asking us things we cannot do. The Rebbe is asking what we can do. And the Rebbe at the end of the Sikha says, what should we do? People would think, oh my God, I have to do such big things. Bring Mashiach. The Rebbe says, no. Learn Nigler. Learn Chassidus. Do the mitzvahs behider. You can do that. That's what the Rebbe is asking. That's what the Rebbe is asking.
Israel.
And learning Yan Mashiach Geula, the Rebbe is asking to prepare yourself and the world for Geula. It's not so hard. The Rebbe is just asking us to do what we're doing now. We're learning Yan Mashiach Geula. Plus, you're learning during the day. You're learning English. You're learning Siddur. You're a mensch. You get up in the morning. You go to mikveh. You go to Shir Siddur sometimes. You do whatever you have to do. You keep your Seder. That's how, in your little things, you bring Mashiach. And the Rebbe keeps on quoting the Rambam over and over again. That even one act, one little act on your part, can tip the scale and bring Mashiach. Thinking, oh, I'm just a simple guy, simple act, bring Mashiach. Yes, sir. It's on video. It's over there.
Oh, I'm eating on video. I'm looking at that front row seat through the
Okay.
food.
All right. So the Rebbe starts saying Shmini, Shmona, Shmeina. In the year that we read Shmini, Parsha Shmini, Shmona, 8 times, it will be a fat year. Will be Shmeina. Will be a fat year. The Rebbe said fat in the sense of brachas. Ruchnis v'gashmis. We're going to have all the blessings we need, both spiritually and physically. Ruchnis v'gashmis. And but we don't read it. We're not going to read it 8 times this year. I think we're going to read it 5 times this year. But what? Last year we did. But regardless, the Rebbe says we still get the same thing like the year that we read it 8 times. This year will also be very fat. Like the year that we read Shmini 8 times. How do we know this is? Footnote 19. The Rebbe says, footnote 19. The Rebbe says clearly that Bnei Israel, Jewish people, cannot lack any goodness that could be coming to them in the best situation possible. Why is that? Because that what was created for them. Everything is for them. Nothing could stop. Not even a thing of time. Time, because this is not the same time as 1991, does not matter. Not time and not space can stop any goodness from coming to the Jewish people because everything was for them. Everything was created for them. Therefore, even though we're not going to read it 8 times this year, we will get, though, the blessings the same year that we read it 8 times during. At any rate, the Rebbe says, we need an explanation. From the word Shmini, Parsha Shmini, we understand that we get Shuman. Shuman is from the word Shmini. Shuman means fat. Shuman. We get Shuman, we get fat. We get fat blessings from that year. So the Rebbe says, why is it that if you read it more, you get more blessings? Why? As if you're getting more fat. What does it change of reading Shmini 8 times as opposed to 1 time? Reading it 1 time, you get all the blessings you need. Why do you need to read it 8 times to get more blessings? But from the saying that goes Shmini, Shmona, reading Shmini 8 times, that's a fat year. So the Rebbe says must be, there's something special about the year when you read 8 times. And the Rebbe goes into explanation of why is it? Why is it that? Why is that so? And the Rebbe goes on to say, Shmini was the day the Shechina came down to the Jewish people, to Hamelech. It's an incredible phenomenon that the Shechina, Hashem's Spirit, should dwell on earth, here, in a little house. Shlomo Hamelech said, God, nothing in the heavens, not in the heavens of the heavens, the highest realms of creation. No one can grasp you. No one can grasp you. But here, this world, this little house made of wood and stones can grasp you. So yes, that's the biggest chiddush. That's the biggest novelty that Hashem can come, the Shechina can come down into this world, into a little house in this world. But the Rebbe says, when did it happen? It happened on the 8th day. Vayom Shmini, Vayi Vayom Shmini. What's so special about the 8th day? The Rebbe says the world was created in 7 days of the week. Everything is 6 days the world was created. 7th day was Shabbos. Shabbos came, rest came, tranquility, calm. Yeah, everything in the 7. Every 7 years, the 8th year is Shemitah. Everything stops at 7. The world was created with a limitation of 7. 7 heavens, 7 midas. Hey, Yechi, what do you want to say?
I was saying before, I learned Tzav, not Shmini.
Tzav. Okay, Shabbos HaGadol, it's more fitting, though. Yours is more fitting to this, but we did Tzav already last week.
I know, I started last week and continued.
Talk about Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatness of Moshe Rabbeinu.
Yeah, of course.
a little bit about Moshe Rabbeinu. Everybody's going to speak about Moshe Rabbeinu here too. So Shmini, when comes 8, 8 is above 7. 8 is the Mala Bigvul. 8 is above 7 to show, yes, the world is limited to 7. The world was created in 7 days. But 8 is above the world, because the world was not created in 8. Anything that represents 8 is the Mala. The Mala Minateva, Hanukkah, right? 8 days. Hanukkah is connected to Mashiach right away. 8 strings of the violin. But 8 is above nature, and therefore the Rebbe says 8 has the koyach to be Mamshich Hashem himself. It says that 8 is the number of Hashem. Miyuchad Elav Yisbarach. It's a number that's connected to him, especially to him. Therefore, on the 8th day, Shmini was able to draw down the Shekhinah, the power of Shmini. Says the Rebbe.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, big pabrengen.
Says the Rebbe. And this is the avodah of the Jew, the Rebbe says. You have a hera from this because everything that happened to show the Jew had to serve Hashem. So the Rebbe says the Jew has avodah with the number 7 and with the number 8. With the number 7, just like the world is limited to 7, everything is created, everything is limited to 7. So the Rebbe says the Jew has limited work. He has his work in his limitations. He has his own personal koyach. He has his own personal avodah. He serves Hashem in limitation every day in this world. The world is limited. He has a limited work. And then the avodah that he has above his limitations, like the number 8, where he goes beyond his limitations. Blikbu. And the point is to draw down the blikbu into gvul. To bring what's lemala min teva into teva.
You know that every single says that same thing?
Same thing, I know. The Rebbe speaks about it over here at length. And the Rebbe says, תכלית הכוונה היא שגם האור שלמעלה משתלשלוס לא יישאר בהבדלה מהעולם, אלא ימשך בגילוי בעולם מאבן שהעולם מצגדוריו יקלוט את הגילוי. The whole point of to go blikbu, to go beyond nature, the supernatural, above the world, work is to bring it into the world. That's the whole point. When Mashiach will come, we'll see it begilui. It'll be right in front of us. We'll see everything is above nature. We'll see how Hashem is the director of everything we do now, but we don't see it now, but we'll see it then. The whole point now is to draw it down, the blikbu into the gvul, the supernatural into the world, into the avodah of now, of the gvul. So the Rebbe goes on to say, how do we do this? The Rebbe said, this is the avodah of Shmini. Shmini is when you count Rishon, Sheni, Shlishi, Revi. In Hebrew, Lashon Kodesh, you say Rishon, Sheni, Shlishi, Revi. Chamishi, Shishi, Shvi, Shmini. You know, if you don't understand Lashon Kodesh, you would understand me. But if you don't, it's okay.
Should we translate?
When you say Rishon, Sheni, Shlishi, Revi, that's one way to count. You can count also Echad, Shtayim, Shalosh, Arba, Chamesh, Shesh, Sheva, Shmona. There's a difference. There's a big difference. The
One,
Rebbe
two,
says,
3, first, second, third.
yeah, exactly. There's a difference. When you count the first way, the Rebbe says, it's all in order. You have to come to number 8, you have to start with the first 7. You cannot reach number 8 without the first 7. That's a big principle, guys. We're going to come back to it very soon. It's a very big idea. You have to start from the beginning to go up to 8. You have to start with 1. You have to go up to 2, to go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You go up in levels. But you have to start and go slowly and gradually to reach 8. Then, there's difference between Shmona and Shmini. Shmini is when you reach the 8th level, going in order. You reach the 8th level, but when you reach 8 is like disconnected. It's not 8 is totally beyond the first 7. It's above and beyond the first 7. It is connected to 8. You got to that level, the 8th level, because of the first 7. But when you get to it, it's totally as if disconnected. Disconnected from the first 7, it's totally beyond the first 7. Because it's number 8. Number 8 is totally beyond. The level we explained before, the level is unlimited, infinite. But Shmoina is also 8. But Shmoina is another way to say 8. as opposed to Shmini, that's also 8. But Shmona is when the 8th level includes all the first 7 as well. In Lashon Kodesh, in Hebrew, you would say all the 8 people are here in the room right now. So you'd say Kol HaShmona B'yachad, all the 8 people. You say Shmona, you don't say Shmini. Shmini means when you count them individually. So you see the 8th one is not connected to the first 7. Shmoina includes the first 7. The Rebbe says that's the difference between Shmoina and Shmini. So the saying goes like this: Shmini, Shmoina, Shmeina. When we read Shmini, when we read the parsha of Shmini, Shmoina 8 times, it'll be Shmeina, it'll be a fat here. So the Rebbe says we take the level. The idea over here that we take the level of 8, which is above nature, which is beyond nature. We don't have the ability to hold on to that level, to grasp that level, to internalize that level. We don't have that level. But Shmoina, we said Shmona is also 8, but it includes everything before that. So Shmoina takes Shmini, takes that level that we cannot relate to, which is totally infinite, and brings it into Shmoina, actually brings it in a way that we can actually internalize it. And the Rebbe says in Oif and Pnimi, in an internal way. In other words, taking the unlimited, taking the Bli Gvul, which is going to be when Mashiach comes. This is basically what we're going to see, what we're going to experience is the Bli Gvul, the infinite. And it internalizes it in us. Right now, while we're in Galus, while we're in exile, while we're in Galus, right now, before the revelation of Mashiach, we are internalizing the biggest, most unbelievable, infinite levels of the Geulah right now. When we're able to, as the Rebbe goes on to say, we are the Shluchim of the Rebbe. Everyone is the Shliach of the Rebbe. Yeah, the Rebbe said this explicitly in the Sikha. Unlike the generation before us, we had to be nominated, had to be addressed, and had to be appointed by the Rebbe to be a Shliach. Right now the Rebbe said everyone. So we're all charged with these powers. The Rebbe is giving them to us for free. All we have to do is tune in. We have to tap into these powers by learning, by doing what the Rebbe tells us, by the directives the Rebbe gives us. We listen to the Rebbe. We don't really try to look for ways, our own seichel, our own chachma, our own wisdom to find ways to do it. The Rebbe tells us. The Rebbe tells us what to do. All we have to do is do what the Rebbe says, and we're actually tapping into these infinite levels. So the Rebbe says, we can see, the Rebbe gives examples. The Rebbe gives us 2 examples. Ha'aron eino min hamida. The Aron, the ark, in the Mishkan, eino min hamida was not from measure. In other words, was as if it was not there. Because if you measure, let's say this is the Aron right now, the bima that I'm standing over here. So if you measure from here to the wall, it's 10 feet, and if you measure from here to the wall, it's another 10 feet. So this ark should take about 2 amos. It should be, altogether should be 22, let's say. It was a miracle. Instead of measuring 22, you will measure from each side 10 to the other side, and both together from both walls. If you connected both walls, you skip the ark, and you measure from both sides of the walls, you got 20 again. So the ark did not take any space. It was a miracle. It was there, but it was not there at the same time. Because if you measure from one corner to the wall and the other corner to the wall, it was 20. And if you measured from both walls, one wall to the other, it was also 20. So, and the length of the ark itself was 2 amos, let's say 2.5. So it was there and it was not there at the same time. So the Rebbe is asking a big question. The Rebbe is saying, why did the Torah bother tell us the measurement for the ark if it did not take any space? Why did it bother tell us? Why did he tell us about the ark if the ark didn't take any space? Say the ark is spaceless, doesn't take any space. The Rebbe says a very big lesson from this, and a very big lesson to us to learn in our avodah how to serve Hashem. Guys, if you didn't get anything from this sikha, you should get it from this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
In other words, this is this 1 minute brief. You focus on that, and you'll get from this the lesson from the whole sikha. And this is the follows. The Rebbe says that the Torah wants to specify the measurements of the Aron. Even though it didn't take any space, the Torah wants and has a point in specifying the measurement. The measurement was 2.5. It was spaceless. It didn't take any space. At the same time, the Torah is saying how long it was. It was 2.5. What's the point of specifying? The Rebbe says because everything has to start with a measurement. Everything has to start with a certain limitation. And if you start with measurement, if you do your avodah to Hashem with measurement, you do it slowly, you do it gradually, in your limited space, in your limited avodah, in your limited work, in your limited powers, the koiches that you have, you're going gradual, step by step. Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalet. Then you will get to unbelievable heights. You'll get very far. You will go to heights, the highest height. The Rebbe says, Eino min hamida. You will end up not taking any space. You'll be supernatural, completely. If you have Kabbalah's oil, if you have total obedience to Hashem, and Moshe Avdei, to the Rebbe, and all the instructions the Rebbe is giving you, as a bacher in yeshiva, you will have Eino min hamida. You will get to highest heights. You will be Eino min hamida. You will be totally supernatural. You'll have powers that are supernatural. The Rebbe says, but everything starts with the midah. Everything starts with measurement. Everything starts, yes, you do your thing. You do your limited work. But you do it with Kabbalah soil. You do it with complete Kabbalah soil. And then, Eino min hamida takes place. And the Rebbe says, another example, but Maisris. When they're giving the Meiser of Behema, how would they give the Meiser of Behema? The Rebbe says they would have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The counting was part of the mitzvah. You had to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then he would say, Meiser Asirusu LaHashem. Then the 10th one is LaHashem. The 10th Behema is for Hashem. You had to announce it. You had to count the animals. The Rebbe says, why was counting part of the mitzvah? To show you that you cannot. What is the 10? 10 is LaHashem. 10, the 10th Behema, is totally above and beyond the animals that came before it. It's sanctified to Hashem. It's given to Hashem. The ones before it were just like a regular behemoths. The 10th one belongs to Hashem. It's totally way and beyond the first 9. But how did it get to be that level? It had to be counted. The Rebbe says again, we see the counting. Counting is limited. Counting shows a limitation. Everything that's counted is limited to the counting. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's all limited. But that's how you get to 10. If you go in the limited way, you go slowly and gradually, you go one by one, you will get to number 10. But the Rebbe says, Milamata lamala, you have to start from below and to go above, slowly, gradually. In your limited space, your limited work, you can go very far. So what does that show? That the gvul, the limited, the way you are limited, the shorish of the gvul, the root of the gvul, the root of the limited work that you do here is bli gvul. The shorish, the root of the gvul is bli gvul. In other words, the root of the limited is the infinite. The root of the finite is infinite. Because from the finite we get to the infinite. From number 1, we reached the highest level, number 8, which is Shmini, Vayibayim Shmini. So then, the Rebbe goes on to say another point over here. The Rebbe connects it to the year. The year is Tafshin Aleph, Niflaus Areinu. The Rebbe says, this is all this that we just explained about a year, fat of blessings, is connected to Tafshin Aleph. Aleph Niflaus Areinu, I will show you what there is. The translation of the words Niflaus Areinu, the acronym of the year, Tafshin Aleph. Aleph stands for Niflaus Areinu. I will show you what there is. The Rebbe says that year, 1991, Hashem showed us. It was fat of blessings. Now imagine this. We're now 27 years after 1991. So our time is double and quadruple and triduple from 1991. In blessings, in everything. The Rebbe explains this in the Sikha later on, that every time as we go, the blessings go higher and higher. So we are very close to Mashiach, there's no doubt. But the blessings are also immense. And much more than 1991. We're giving the biggest, right? Simply because we're right before the revelation. Final revelation of the revelation of Mashiach. The Rebbe ends off, says a few more points over here, but I'm going to finish off. The Rebbe wants to finish off a very, very important task, because Koach Nisan, the Rebbe explained that I'm giving the matter over to your hands. I'm giving it over to you. And then the Rebbe says, there's a paragraph over here, guys. You must listen to. It's 4 lines, 4 or 5 lines. But if I read to you,
again?
No. This is Koach Nisan. But the Rebbe says over here, there's a paragraph over here where the Rebbe says, stop giving your job over to somebody else. Stop giving your job. Stop giving what you can. Stop looking for excuses not to do the work. And during that week, really, a lot of people came to the Rebbe, women and men, and one woman even came to the Rebbe crying and said to him, Rebbe, you said that you're going to bring Mashiach. How are we going to do it, Rebbe? And she cried to him. It's a video. So the Rebbe tells her, if you believe I'm the Rebbe, then I told you, it's up to you. And then the Rebbe started pointing, and up to you, and up to you. There were people in the room. Up to you, and up to you, and up to you. You saw that video? Anybody saw that video?
Also,
A lot of you saw the video.
lady,
So, yeah. So in the Sikha itself over here, there's a paragraph, I can read it to you if you... the Rebbe says to stop... Here. The Rebbe says like this. Now listen to these words. Literally, the Rebbe, I don't want to say, God forbid, depressed or anything, but the Rebbe is like saying it out of his lungs. The Rebbe is like this. You have responsibility to bring Mashiach. Yehudi harei yachol liton. A Jew can say, can exclaim, because he is limited. The limitations of the world are limiting him. And very big part of the day, he is busy with whatever else he has to do. He's eating, he's sleeping, he's drinking, and he's learning, and whatever else other arrangements that you have, you are exempt. According to Torah, you're exempt from dealing with what the Rebbe wants you to deal with, to bring Mashiach, right? So the Rebbe says, and specifically during exile, while we have more of an excuse not to do Torah and mitzvahs, God forbid, not to do it as we're supposed to, because it's very hard. Galus, the exile is putting a lot of limitation and stress over the Jew from doing what he's supposed to do. So you have a very good excuse. The Rebbe says the following. Listen to this. He does not have the koyach, he does not have the strength to do even the most minute work that he's asked to do. Nothing. He's exempt from everything. For sure, you don't have the koyach, the strength to bring Mashiach. Ask from you to do that. That's impossible. So tell him, tell the Jew like this. That you should know that your actions are the actions that will bring Mashiach. You're thinking that you're not going to do it. You're thinking that you cannot do it. The Rebbe says you should know that it's your action that will bring Mashiach. Not when Mashiach will come. Oh, I was resting on the couch, I was watching TV, I was drinking a nice cup of coffee with milk, having some rest, Mashiach came. It's not what brought Mashiach. What brought Mashiach is a little act you did before. You went to your neighbor, you asked him something, you put filling on him. You made his wife like Shabbos candles. You told him, listen, you have to eat kosher. You're not doing a favor to Hashem. If you don't eat kosher, it's not about religion. It's about your health. You're not going to be healthy. How about that? Now, when he heard that, he says, oh my God, it's not about Hashem, it's about my body. You actually made that Jew now turn around and say, I want to eat kosher. You made that Jew post up a mezuzah on his door. You made his wife light Shabbos candles. Your little actions, the Rebbe says, are the ones that will bring Mashiach. The fact that Mashiach is not here in final revelation, it's because of our actions. Because we're not doing enough of what we have to do. Everybody's saying that there's no excuse. Everyone is obligated. And the Rebbe says now the sentence that will blow it all away. Listen to this. This is the strongest one. דווקא על ידי עבודה במדיז והגבלוס באלם ועשר שווים מהגבורה. דווקא בזה תמונים כוחס נפלאים שיכולים להביא את הגאולה. דווקא, specifically, in the little acts that you do, that are limited, that are small, yes, specifically in those acts, are hidden the biggest power to bring the Geulah. Because it's us, it's up to us. We are here, not angels, not as if, God forbid, the Rebbe is not here now, God forbid, right? We don't see anyone really holding us by the hand and telling us, come, I'll give you a little bit of, it's like it's up to us, it's only up to us. We're thinking, wow, we're all on our own. That's not true. Your little actions can tip the scale. And that's why the Rebbe keeps quoting the Sikha from the Rambam, the quote from the Rambam, that a little act can do it, because the Rebbe wants to show and emphasize how powerful is a little act. Psak din Rambam, and the Rebbe brings the Rambam again. It's already a few times the Rebbe wrote the same Rambam. שעל ידי מצווה אחס, יש בכוחו של יהודי להכריע את עצמו ואת כל העולם כולו כפסות וגר עליהם ולא תשועה. And with your little act, you can tip the scale and cause the whole world a redemption. So don't take it lightly. Don't be shy. To go to that Jew and ask him to put on tefillin, to go to that woman and post up a mezuzah and make her light Shabbos candles and to start eating kosher and start doing the right thing. Those little things that you do tip the scale, can make the scale tip completely, bring about Mashiach. So, this is what the Rebbe is asking us right after Koach Nisan, what the Rebbe said, that he is giving it over to our hands. Shkoyach, guys.
What time is Myra? 9:20.
9:20.
Now, if I eat a little piece and make a brach on it, I bring Mashiach from the ice cream. Makes me a little piece.